Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this afternoon's press briefing about the June month of action against gun violence being brought together by Moms Demand Action and End Gun Violence Michigan. My name's Ryan Bates. I'm the director at End Gun Violence Michigan, and I'm here with four incredible leaders who are going to talk about the myriad of events happening all across Michigan to promote the new bills that have passed in Lansing and call for an end to gun violence in their state. Uh, as ever, you will get better video quality if you set your video to speaker view, and we will be taking questions at the end. So if anyone who's not a speaker could remain on mute and muted video, that will make this go much easier. I'd like to introduce my good friend Ken Whitaker, who's the executive director of Michigan's community organizing coalition, Michigan United.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. As Ryan said, my name is Ken Whitaker. I'm the executive director of Michigan United and Michigan People's Campaign. June is Gun Violence Awareness Month, and I honestly don't know anybody who's not aware of the issue of gun violence. I think it's time out for awareness and it's time for action. So we're here today to announce a statewide month of action on the issue of gun violence. Now, some people may have a single day of action, and that's fine. But our movement is now so big and so bold that we've organized a whole month of activities throughout the state of Michigan. Today, we're calling on Michiganders across the state to participate in 25 events organized under the banner of Moms Demand Action and End Gun Violence Michigan. From Detroit to Traverse City, we are sick and tired of the fact that guns are the #1 cause of death for children in our state. I'm a parent of 6 kids and 2 grandkids. And when I say children, I'm talking 18 and under, not just the babies. We're tired of being afraid in our schools, our neighborhoods, the grocery store, the gas station, or even trying to enjoy ourselves at a concert. We're tired of burying our children and our loved ones before their time. All of our communities deserve the right to live safe in dignity, free from the overwhelming gun violence that racks our nation. For years, we felt hopeless, like nothing could be done. But just this year, thanks to the efforts of this movement, our legislature passed and Governor Whitmer signed historic legislation to save Michiganders' lives. Universal background checks, safe storage, and extreme risk protection orders. Today, I feel hopeful instead of hopeless, because we've shown that change is possible together. So all across this state, we're marching and we're rallying. We're holding film screenings and community service events. We're honoring those that we've lost and honoring those that are still here. We're celebrating our accomplishments and we're pointing the way forward towards more reforms that are going to keep our families safe. I want to introduce my good friend, Celeste Campawala from Moms Demand Action.
Thank you so much, Ken. How inspiring. And I am so honored and happy to be here with y'all today. As Ken said, my name is Celeste Camperwalla. I am the Michigan chapter leader of Moms Demand Action. And I myself identify as a survivor because in 2014, the day after my birthday, my dad took his life with a firearm. And so the extreme risk protection law that was just passed is near and dear to my heart. I believe it could have saved my dad. And I have 2 small children that my dad never got to meet. And they're actually with me today because they are unexpectedly off school. So I come to you from my gym's locker room while they are with a sitter playing in the pool. So with that said, I want to talk a little bit about Moms Demand Action and what we've got going on this month in partnership with End Gun Violence Michigan. So we have organized, I believe, 19 events across the state that started yesterday as part of our Wear Orange campaign. And it used to be just a weekend, but now we are expanding throughout the entire month, hosting events all month long, and our members are so eager to get out there and organize these events that are taking place over the next few weeks. And Wear Orange is a national program bringing awareness and attention to gun violence. It was actually founded by friends of a young girl named Tydia Pendleton, who was shot and killed after marching in President Obama's second inauguration. And this is the 10th year of Wear Orange. So this year, we are, of course, celebrating the new laws, but we want folks to know there's still a lot of work to be done. And I actually just came from a really fun event in Ann Arbor. I live in Washtenaw County, and we've got some good stuff kicking off today with painting the rock orange. So if you're driving past Washtenaw and Hill, you will see the rock is painted orange. I've got some great pictures with my kids. We had Congresswoman Dingell come out and join us and be a part of it as well. This was her second time joining us. And we've got another event taking place next week on Thursday. We will be doing some planting at the Ypsilanti Freight House from 4 to 6 p.m. And I'm just so proud of our amazing volunteers and leaders who have organized events, as Ken said, all across the state. In Traverse City, we've got yoga that's taking place tomorrow morning, followed by a service. We've got sign waving in Ferndale tomorrow, and we've got another big event in Holland. Holland is one of our new kind of up and coming groups. And last year, after Uvalde, they formed, they managed to get together in just a couple of weeks. They had a Wear Orange event that had about 600 people at it. So we are really growing, and people, as Ken said, people are sick and tired of dealing with this issue. And so we're all grappling with it in our own way. And these events really show the diversity of our community. And we really encourage everybody to deal with it in their own voice. And we especially want to encourage everyone in the community to come out and join us. So we've got a lot of events that are on the website that we are sharing out. And by coming together and building our movement, we'll be able to keep winning and saving lives. So now I'm going to hand things over to my dear friend, Mia Reed.
Thank you so much, Celeste. That was a wealth of knowledge, especially for today, June the 2nd, which is National Gun Violence Awareness Day and Wear Orange. Detroit also has a lot of events going on for Wear Orange. On the 4th, we have a Wear Orange event, which is at St. Stephen's AME Church. On the 5th, we have a Wear Orange event with our Detroit City Council President, Mary Sheffield, that will launch the Detroit Gun Violence Task Force. So thank you so much, Celeste. My name is Mia Reed, and I am a gun violence survivor. And I'm also the founder of the Charles W. Reed Community Health Center, which is in memory of my son, and we service the city of Detroit. In addition to the incredible events that everybody mentioned, especially organized by Wear Orange and Moms Demand Action, In Gun Violence Michigan has also organized a series of events under the Silence the Violence banner. Silence the Violence was started 16 years ago at the Church of the Messiah on the east side of Detroit. I've helped in the past several years, and I have been honored to stand with Pastor Barry to help in this particular march, Silence the Violence. As Pastor Barry has often said, our community is sick and tired of burying children. So he decided to do something about it. And he started the march as a way to raise awareness and provide resources. The march honors all victims of gun violence, just like my son, Chuck. This year, we will be celebrating and promoting the new gun violence laws that we all helped to pass. I am so excited about these new laws and what will be possible. This year, the program will start at 10 a.m. at Church of the Messiah We will march down Lafayette Avenue, and there will also be a community resource fair to provide gun violence materials to all attendees. Last year, we had over 1,000 people, and I am confident that it will be even bigger. I also want to speak to my own organization's event, the Charles W. Reed Community Help Center, CWR. We are having a march and rally that will promote, bring awareness, and let the world know that we have a gun violence epidemic in our communities. I'm going to say that again. We have a gun violence epidemic in our communities. The event will be held this month on March the 25th. We will be meeting at 2 p.m. at the Muhammad #1 Mosque to march and provide basic need materials and basic need items to the community. This is very important to me and dear to my heart because my son's life mattered. And I want the world to know my son's life mattered. And even more, I want the community to know that their loved ones' lives matter. I want the community to know that there are people that care. And there are people that are not just giving their thoughts and prayers, they are actually doing something. They are taking action. And that is what this is about. And that is what I want to say here today, that it is time for us to take action. So I'm going to hand this over to my friend Lauren, but before I do, I also want to say that, as you can see, we have an incredible diversity of events all over the state. And I am so proud to be a part of this community leadership. And I'm asking for everyone to please join us. So I'm going to hand this over to my friend, Lauren Jasinski.
Thanks, Mia. It's always such a privilege to appear alongside these activists that have become my friends over the last year. And thanks to everyone for joining us this afternoon. As Mia said, my name is Lauren Jasinski. I was a teacher at Oxford High School during the shooting that took place in November of 2021 that took the lives of Hannah St. Juliana, Tate Meir, Justin Schilling, and Madison Baldwin and caused trauma to countless others. On the End Gun Violence Michigan Steering Committee, I represent the Michigan Education Association, our state's largest teachers union. I also serve on the board of No Future Without Today, a 501c4 that was created by student survivors from Oxford. End Gun Violence Michigan is a coalition of 40 faith-based student, parent, teacher, community, health, and gun violence prevention organizations, all working together so that no one in our state has to live in fear of gun violence. End Gun Violence Michigan has been a proud partner with Silence the Violence in the past, and this year, Pastor Barry Randolph from Church of the Messiah Detroit has asked us to take this powerful message of the event statewide. We now have 9 events across the state where we'll be honoring victims of gun violence, celebrating our new gun violence laws, providing resources to our communities, and calling for more change. There are events in Detroit, Southfield, Grand Haven, Muskegon, Kalamazoo, Pontiac, Ann Arbor, Flint, and Oxford, in addition to all of the Wear Orange events that Celeste talked about earlier. I'm especially proud of my own former students at Oxford who are organizing a march and a rally that day. They found their voice in a powerful way and are providing an example to other students that is so inspiring. They're finding ways to turn their pain into action. There's an incredible diversity of events, from marches and rallies in Detroit and Kalamazoo to a film screening of the documentary Gabby Giffords Won't Back Down in Muskegon, to an art installation in Southfield where a local artist is actually going to be melting down firearms and blacksmithing them into gardening tools. Every community experiences gun violence in their own way, and every community is fighting back in their own way. We're so proud to partner with Moms Demand Action to make this a whole month of action, and we're so grateful to the Church of the Messiah for their years of work on this issue. It's really an honor to bring the message of Silence the Violence alongside Wear Orange to our entire state. There are complete details for all of the events that we've been discussing in the advisory and release for today's press conference. And you can also visit the End Gun Violence Michigan website at www.endgunviolencemi.org. Thanks.
Thanks, Lauren, and thanks to all of our speakers, not just for speaking today, but the incredible work that you've put in for this month of action and for the years leading up to this that have passed the first significant gun safety laws in Michigan in 40 years. If there are questions from the press, we can take those now. If you have a question, you can raise your hand. And you can do that under the reactions button.
Bueller. I guess we answered everything, Ryan.
We were that thorough and compelling.
All right.
Okay, well, if there are no questions, I want to again thank all of our speakers and Lauren for being our Silence the Violence coordinator this year. Especially, that's an incredible job. I will be sending out a release shortly that has the full listing of events. And we appreciate everyone for attending today and spreading the word about this entire month of action to stop gun violence and save lives. Thanks so much, everybody.